Hello everyone and welcome to PaxAriaGaming. This is Reg. Welcome to episode number 6 of The Ghost of Yotei. And if you're wondering where I am, I've done all of the steps to get to the point where I actually fight for the Undying armor. It's basically finding the chimes tied to the tree, bringing them here, and then tying them to these little hanging things. And the Undying Samurai should appear. This is one of the best armor sets in the game. I think there are 2 or 3 of them that are considered sort of best in game. This one, the Crimson Kimono, and there may be one other one that I'm missing. All right. Give me your armor. Nice. I don't actually know whether you can armor dye these. I mean, because you can buy dyes from all of the armors. Wait, let's hear this guy.
死を望んでた。その切っ先を持って与えたのですね。かの武士が渇望していた静寂を。安楽もな。常世の武士の伝承もこれにて落着。ありしよう生きた英傑はこの地で常しえに眠りましょう。見事な締めでございました。語り部として礼を尽くさねば。さあさあこちらを。
All right, the Undying Samurai. I don't know how many. Of course, we can upgrade it, and we will be upgrading it to its max. My wolf pack has gotten a little bit bigger. Yeah, I don't know. I was saying I don't know how many different special armor sets there are in the game. Special, I mean, like really special, not some of the other ones that you get. The other one I know of, I think there's another one I'm missing, is the Crimson Kimono. And I know there's one called the Travelers, I think. That one makes it easy for you to spot, I guess to find different items and stuff like that. I'm not sure. I have to pay closer attention to what it does. The Crimson Kimono one is great for archers. And if you've been following this playthrough, you know that in clearing the camps, I prefer to stealth a lot of the enemies before going in with my bow and arrow. And I guess I can set it up as a loadout. I set it up as a loadout and try it when I clear the next camp. Actually, I have to get it first. So when I get it, I can do that.
初めて会った小島と比べるとここには正気がある。
貴様のおかげで弟子どもが材木山から戻ってきたからな。あやつらのために虎鉄も槍の方を打っている。我らは鬼面隊も見過ごせない勢になるはずだ。
俺は槍の稽古を続けてきた。
So we're continuing the Yari quest.
次の稽古を始めるとしよう。貴様の槍で柿の木を力いっぱいついてみろ。その木をつけ。
This will be Yari's Fury. I still don't have a Kisuriyama or the Odachi. So, at some point before doing all the main quests, I will get those two.
どれがどれだ。
些細なことだ。槍を見るたび、弟子と過ごす時には限りがあると思い知る。この木は強情でな、なかなか身を分けてくれんのだ。だが、ちょいと諌めることはできる。この木を槍で突き、もし果実を一つでも落としたら、貴様との梅雨の間は終わりとしよう。
その時は一口だけ食べて残りは師匠にやる。柿は嫌いでな。
その日を心待ちにしよう。さて、稽古を続けるぞ。ついてこい。貴様には秘伝の技を伝授しても良さそうだ。
頼む。
よろしい。次の稽古は道場の中で行う。この掛け軸に描かれているのは我が奥義鳴神風車だ。読んでみろ。何とあるかな。
まずは円を描くように槍を振るう。
戦場で間合いを取るためだ。
槍を構えて突進。
そして槍の穂先で相手を貫き、そのまま突き進む。
魚かよ。
I actually thought I'd like the Yari more.
達人のみが使える技だ。
どうして今俺に見せる？
鬼面体に対し
It's
て
not.
これまでの恨みを晴ら
I
すと
see
決
now
め
the
たから。
difference between.
逃げも隠れも。
Stop
そして
talking over
容
these
赦も
guys.
しない。では、その藁人形で試してみろ。
So I see the difference between the Yari and the Naginata, which is not a part of her loadout. The Naginata has a blade on the end. This really doesn't. It's really more like a pike. So
よろしい。もう一度。
So perhaps if I level it all the way up, it'll actually be more effective.
師匠、鬼面体です。西川を火破り
But
に。
I guess I get to try it out.
俺も行く。
I guess I get to try out the new move that I just learned.
あいつら引いたぞ。
この隙に弟子のところへ。
このまま押し進め。
Yeah, you still have to block. You know. Just because it's a longer pole doesn't mean you don't get to block. You still have to block. So it's a little bit of a different move set than what I'm accustomed to. And the game really wants you to switch depending on what your opponent is using. Right? So basically you're finding the antithesis for every weapon that they have once you've unlocked all the weapons. Like, it should have been the double katana against the Kusarigama instead of the Yari. And since this is a Yari quest, I figured just stick with the Yari. It would be embarrassing to die a second time.
石狩ヶ原のあちこちに足だまりがある。そこを崩せば石返しになるだろう。
そいつはいいな。
味方がいるな。鬼面体に賞金をかけられている宝禄玉の作り手はどうだ。
どこにいるんだ。
小樽ヶ丘に響くハゼる音を頼れ。鬼のやつめを撃たねば。
ああ。
肝に銘じておけ。及ばぬことは何一つない。手を取り合い。石狩ヶ原からあやつらを一掃してくれよ。
All right, not bad. God, there's lots to loot since you got a whole bunch of dead Oni raiders around. Yeah, the game is really generous with loot. We have an altar reflection. I guess we couldn't really do that until we actually did the part where we killed the raiders. Because it was up there all the time, but you couldn't interact with it. See, based on the order, the order of these weapons, like there's a Yari, and I know before the Yari, I believe is the Kusarigama, and then the last little question mark on the right, I believe is for the Odachi. So I'm wondering if I did this out of order. I think the game allows you to sort of choose your order. But I'm one of those guys that sort of like to follow a real path. So let's go to Jinji and see what he can upgrade. So we did upgrade the armor. I didn't show all of that. And we maxed it out. That's the benefit of picking up every single thing that we see. I have to go back and see if I fully maxed out the Onryo's armor. I think I did Taro's armor maxed out. Like I said, it's pretty easy to max them out because you do find the materials if you're, you know, exploring. If you're not exploring, it may be very difficult because you may not be picking up the things that you need to do the upgrades. I have been, I will admit, neglecting my weapons a little bit in terms of the upgrades, though. So I need to. I have not neglected the bows. I think they. One of them may be max, the other one might not be. Little fire guys are really annoying. They're easy to kill, so I always try to take them out first. So I was using the wrong weapon. I mean, I should have been using a single katana since he was using a single katana. You're really gonna let her just die? I can't really interact with her anymore. She says she's gonna stay. Tried to convince her to leave. She's persistent in her desire to stay. Didn't give me a prompt for like knocking her out and then dragging her out of there. That's sad. Okay. Well, we happened upon this little place. Not quite certain what the reason for that was, other than it's just yet another place to explore. Looks like we will have another altar it is over there. I like the fact that there's so many of them, and that they're pretty. Some of them are located in the most obscure of places. All right, what are we doing here? I guess I shouldn't worry too much about these, because until I unlock the other two weapon types, I can't save these up for that. So I may as well just go ahead and, you know, pick one. The wolf den ones are special. They show up in a, you know, whenever you hit a wolf den. So you're not really missing anything. Toshi the Torch. All right, let's see if we can't. Oh, we need to go back to that merchant. Yeah, I think I'm still trying to figure out what the best way is to sort of like create the episode. Because when I'm doing like offline content, all I'm doing is exploring. You know, I try not to ever do a main quest, although I think I mentioned before in a prior episode that I initiated one incidentally. And once you get pulled into it, until you get to the break point in that quest, if it's a multi-part quest, you're really just stuck doing, you know, just going along. But I also know that in order to open up the other parts of the map, you have to initiate those quests. I believe there's one for each of the members of the Yotei 6. I think that's the way it works. Because I know Saito's is in the southeast side of the map. I haven't been there. There's another one that's in the northeast part of the map. And there's one in the northwest part of the map.
怯えてるようだが。
女子が人なでしたら安らぐかも。
やってみよう。何を案じてるんだ。
But as always, as we head somewhere, we always bump into these folks along the way. Ooh, okay. Yeah, we gotta kill a bear. And some of them are fun. I mean, this is interesting. I didn't expect this. All I'm doing is messing up the bear's fur with the fire arrows. I should have been using the... Oh, I ran out of arrows on the more powerful bow and arrow. Why are you torturing that horse? Bears don't eat horses. What the hell is this? Not even grizzlies in Alaska. They don't eat horses. Yikes. Sorry, buddy. And I'm assuming Japan doesn't have grizzly bears, so I'm not sure why this one was chasing a horse.
生きてる。助かった。
あのクマ空腹だったな。
鬼面体が動物を狩りまくってるんだよ。森が荒れて動物が飢えてる。
いつ何が死んでもおかしくないな。
でも死なずに済んだ。
Okay, so the excuse is that the
これを例として
Oni
受け
has
取ってくれ。
taken all of the bear's food. And yeah, it's always nice to, you know, get coin. It seems to always be like 450. You know, that's one of the things I noticed about this, is the coin amount is about the same. If it's a reward that you're getting from one of the bounties, it sort of ranges from 750. I think the biggest one was 2,000. And I guess they, you know, it's funny because I always collect all the bounties off of the board. I don't always do them, and then when I look for them again, they're not there, or at least some of them aren't there. So maybe there's a daily bounty Or a daily set of bounties? Not sure. Or maybe I'm just missing them. Maybe that's not the case. But those are the things I usually do off camera. And I probably will start doing the altars off camera as well. Unless they happen to be on the way to the particular quest that I'm heading to. Because you can always go to the cartographer and buy map pieces. And there's almost always a couple of altars. I don't think like the wolf den's ever there. You can actually play your musical instrument and it'll lead you to the wolf dens. So there are different ways to find these things. I think there's a song that you can play that will lead you to altars as well. I haven't used that song. I haven't needed it. There may be one that leads you to hot springs too, as well. As you can see, I'm making a lot of progress in terms of these techniques. And I'm guessing in another 2 episodes, I'll have most of the ones I already have active. I have most of those done. It doesn't keep me from dying, just so you know. The armor probably will do more, especially with the perfect parries and dodges and stuff like that you can do with that particular armor, depending on what weapon you're using. Also various charms. So there are some quality of life things that you can do to make the experience far, far better if you remember to do them. I'm terrible at the whole charm equipping thing, because I find so many of them and so many of them get upgraded. I don't know what the max number of slots is for charms, but I think I probably have already reached them. I have quite a few. Okay, now we're going after Toshi the Torch, which is what we were heading to when we got sort of interrupted twice. Okay, I wasn't sure whether this guy was a bad guy or not. So one of the things I found is if I had shot him from the grass with my bow and arrow, it wouldn't have killed him. He would have sort of reacted, but it wouldn't have killed him. I've done that a few times when I'm making my way across the map. I see someone that I think is an enemy. There's a setting that lets me know whether they're an enemy or not. In some games, it's always clear that when you lock on them, the color changes or something like that. I guess the good thing is you can't kill the good guys. You know, you can kill the bad guys. So if that's any solace, then that's one way to deal with it. Now, I probably should have rested at a camp, which is likely to make this whole little experience we're about to have much worse than it needs to be. And this seems to happen to me a lot because along the way to where you're trying to get to, you have all these disruptions, and you end up in these other little fights. And in some cases, it's not always a space where you can camp. So that's the other thing. Not the way I wanted to do this. I wanted to try to be as stealthy as I possibly could, but that didn't quite work.
死んだか。仲間の苦しみを地獄で味わえ。下道め。
つけられたな。
新手だ。
生きて出られると思うなよ。
ちょうどいい。俺も仇を討ちたかったところだ。
I actually intended to throw it to throw it at the guy who was closest to me. Okay, yeah. Terrible. Of course, now I can't find the throwable. See that special move with the Yari that I did? You know, the expectation is I expect that move to actually kill the enemy. I expected that move to kill the enemy and it didn't. So it's always a little bit of a surprise, but lots of loot. Let's take it. Let's get the heck out of here. Of course. Okay. So maybe the move just doesn't kill brutes. Because it did kill that guy and it killed another guy. This episode is likely to turn into a bounty hunters episode. And then I'll have it out of my system. I'll just do them sort of offline. Kind of like debt from merchant. Since we're close. Of course. Once again, I didn't rest. I have no health, and now I gotta fight again.
What? 誰かいる?
「
様が探してるのは上だな。
Okay, so they weren't too bad.
命だけは
鬼面体なんぞに武器を売ったんだ。死んで詫びろ。
俺を殺すために雇わ
There's
れた
some
わけで
more
はないだろ
upgrade material.
死んじまったら借りた金を返せなくなるぞ
雇われたのはことづてを届けるためだ。
しかと聞いたあんた好きなもん何でも持ってってくれただでやるよ
いいぜ。だがまた鬼面体と取引してみろ。悔やむことになるぞ。
This quest was given to me by one of the folks at one of our little rest spots, I guess is what you call it. These inns where you have the bounty, the various people.
あの畜生め。
金貸しにも良心はあるのか。
釣り合いってのは一方に傾いちゃいけねえ。他方が苦しむことになるからな。俺が儲けるにはどちらも生きててもらわないと。
ああ、儲けるといえば。
そうだったな。俺からの礼だ。いい仕事だったぜ。
So when I go into these little camps, I usually talk to everybody, and anyone that you can interact with will almost always give you some kind of little quest, or they'll give you information. It's one of the two, if you can interact with them.
それでも筆を取る甲斐はあります。絵描きの場所回りましたか。
ああ、この土地に潜む美しさに気がついた。苦しみの中でも輝いてる。
感じてくれましたか。つまらないものですが付き合ってくれた礼です。
もらおう。
絵描きは骨が折れることばかり。それでも筆を取る甲斐はあります。鬼が現れるよりも前から絵を描いてました。今さらやめられません。
ユーミ探してるんか見てって新しい品仕入れたんで
Okay. I was gonna say there's really no reason for me to see her except to replenish
あんたとの
my
商いは気分いいわ
my arrows.
死んだらあかんで客が減ると困るからな。
みんなあちこちで切り合って
Okay. So enough of this. What next? Okay, so with the fishery, there's a new technique. They make it sound like you just go in there and learn a new technique. It's not. When they're red like that, it means it's one of Sato's camps. Bloody Strings Hachibi. Along with that. Okay, so there are two things we can do here in the same general area. These little those little symbols represent someone who works with dyes. So there's a white one, a red one, a green one. I forget the other. I think there's 4 of them. And basically you can buy dyes from them to dye your to change your armor color. I like this armor the way it is. I'm assuming that crimson kimono, whenever I find it, will likely be red, or it could just be bloody. I don't know. actually bought a couple of dyes already. I just haven't changed into the armor set that has been dyed or changed. This one gives me too many perks to not use, so. But that Traveler's one, the next time I'm doing what I'm doing in this episode, which is basically exploring, I'll use it because it will help a great deal. But I haven't had any trouble finding hot springs or I guess the thing I haven't done a lot of is bamboo strikes. So I found a lot of hot springs and tons of altars, but I haven't found a lot of the bamboo strikes. I don't think I've missed any, but I just haven't found them. And in the first Ghost game, they seem to be far more prevalent than in this game. But then we're doing more things. We have the wolf dens, which wasn't a part of the first game. There seem to be fewer of the fox mini quests. I've done all the ones I've seen on the map, but remember, there's still 1, 2, 3 areas of the map I haven't unlocked, so maybe they'll be there as well. Yeah, this is only the second, I don't know whether you call them regions or not, the second region of the map, I guess, if you're going to refer to it that way. And I'm torn between whether I should try to complete everything in one little region before moving to the next or not. I don't really think the game is made that way because all of the main quests are split into multiple parts. And I know, the one thing I do know about how the game is at the end is that when you eventually fight Lord Saito, who I guess is the final boss, he uses all of the weapons. And so the idea is for you to get all those weapons. Now, ideally, okay, ideally you'd want to get them, learn how to use them, become more proficient with them before you get to the end of the end of the game. Okay, they seem a little upset or nervous about something. Okay. I'm guessing he's up in the hills somewhere waiting to shoot anyone that talks. Okay. They're pulling a game on me. Hachibe is somewhere in this group. Okay. I guess it... I don't know whether it matters which song. I'll play my song, Atsu's song. I'm not trying to bow. Yeah, I haven't quite mastered the swipe left on the D-pad to play music. Sometimes it opens up the map, sometimes it does other things, so.
俺も引いてた。そんなうまかねえが。
嫌がらない。八兵衛じゃないな。
女とナスは見たことがない。どこか
耳が腐っちまう。引くんならどっか行きやがる。
餌に食いついた。てめえが赤井と八兵衛か。
バレちまっちゃしょうがねえ。オラの賞金目当てか。
そうだ。首をもらう前に聞きてえ。なんで三味線を嫌う？
まだガキの頃、親父が三味線弾きに騙されてよ。あの音を聞くだけで思い出しちまう。上に苦しむ身内の顔を。
気の毒だったな。見逃しはできねえが。
落ちぬのはてめえの方だ。女を抑えろ。俺の糸で首を締め上げてやる。
Of course, he wouldn't be by himself. He's got a little gang with him. And someone shooting at me. I think there's a way to sweep the Yari around in a circle when I'm being crowded out like this. I don't remember how to do it. Or maybe it's something I can unlock and I haven't unlocked it yet. I'm on the verge of... Okay, I guess I was on the verge of death. Well, now I'm on the verge of death again. If I can get out of this and heal, that would be helpful. There we go. And I'm panicking, so I'm probably not using the right weapon. Like you guys. Yeah, there's a yeah, I'm using the dual katana, which I shouldn't be using. I think that you auto dodge if you have this set up correct. The armor is the right armor I should be using for something like this. But I'm panicking, so I'm just using whatever weapon I feel comfortable with instead of matching the weapon to the enemy. So I'm not really getting the benefit that I could be getting. Where the hell is my wolf when I need him? Or the wolf when I need her. It's a girl. Okay, does that mean they're all dead except for... Yeah, okay. Nope, that's not true, because there's this guy. I don't know what that little weird pause was. I'm back in the same trouble that I was in. Pick this up. Oh well. Yeah, I was trying to pick that. Oh, there's the wolf. There we go. Thanks, wolf. I'm assuming we're gonna give you a name eventually. Yeah, see, that was another example of me using a dual katana against a single katana wielding guy. Which, at least the way the senseis have taught us, isn't the way you do this. The music is still... Oh, there we go. Okay, bloody strings. Another bounty gone. Done.
旅の方、こちらへ。本当に助かりました。八兵衛たちにずっと脅されていたのです。
てめえの一言がなきゃあいつを見つけ出せなかった。
さしてくださってよかった。これを みんなからの礼です。受け取ってください。
達者でな。もう浪人を連れて行くのはやめておけ。
Okay. I've been complaining that there are no bamboo strikes, and we got a bamboo strike. It's been a while. Okay. There is a okay, there's another altar. This little area is a little bit of a rich area because there's an altar, and then there is I think a bounty in this area as well. That bamboo strike, by the way, is one we completed already, so that's why you didn't see me do it. Okay, I see the altar all the way over there. None of them have been really impossible to get to. The most sort of dramatic one was climbing Mount Yotei. I mean, because it just took like forever to get to that point. And actually, you don't even know there's an altar up there, right? You go up there and you get the mother's charm and the father's charm, and you think, okay, I'm done. And you realize there's something down in the caldera of that mountain, which I guess is an inactive volcano. Okay, that was pretty good. Yeah, the movement in this game, I think, is better than the previous ones in terms of jumping and climbing and things like that. I mean, the camera switches are better. I think maybe it's just the nature of a sort of a next-gen type game that it sort of improves on everything that used to be in the way these games were done. And in this one, you definitely use the controller more for interaction than any game I've ever played, other than the trigger pads and the the normal PS5 things. But there's just a lot that you're doing. You're bowing, you're interacting with things, you're playing your music, and you're using the touchpad, which is, you figure it's there for a reason. And this game is certainly given the PS5 a reason to sort of maximize all of that. It's fun. Takes a little getting used to. Okay, we have the bird that's going to lead us somewhere. Yeah, this episode's going to be. I'm going to have to label this episode "Bounties and Exploring," because other than starting with the Undying Armor, we're not going to make any real progress towards any other subquests in this one. But it's fun. Okay, this is a hot spring. So it's good. So if you're wondering what I do when I'm not you know, creating content but still playing the game, it's this kind of stuff. So I'll make sure I don't do that again, and we'll stick to a little bit closer to either the story quests or the quests that support the story quest, right? And that means, you know, unlocking the weapons, you know, doing things like that. This doesn't support the story quest. This is just increasing health, and the other ones are unlocking technique points and things like that. Certainly is beneficial, which is good, but it's not part of the story quest. Just so you understand. It's funny because I've seen people blur Atsu, there's a bear walking behind me, when she's getting into the hot spring. I don't really understand why they do that, because it is a rated M game, and kids shouldn't be playing the game, nor should they be watching it, since it's rated M. And so I don't blur it because I don't really worry about it. YouTube asks you whether your content is made for kids or not. And what I wouldn't understand is if YouTube would let you get away with showing rated M content and then saying it's made for kids when it's rated M, so it shouldn't be made for kids. So anyway, and they have their own definition of what a kid is. I'm not foolish enough to believe that there's some 12 or 13-year-old not playing, you know, Ghost of Yotei. I definitely think there are. But that doesn't mean YouTube has to sort of support what you see. You can, you know, all of these games now, you can, you know, take out the gore and blood and stuff like that if you're that worried about it. But still, the content involves death. You know, thoughts of despair, murder, and all those kinds of things, which to me is why it got the rating that it got, not just because of the blood and gore. And the nudity is minimal. The same was true in the first Ghost game. You only see these characters from behind when they're nude, and it's probably for less than 3 seconds. So I don't really see the need to sort of blur that. I think if everyone who's playing this game has seen an ass before. And heck, they've even seen it if they watch anime, depending on which anime you watch. So I don't know. I'm just rambling now, but I noticed that. It was just one of those things I noticed from a couple of, not all of them, you know, a couple of creators would do that. I'm like, why are you guys blurring Atsu's ass? And if it's because you're saying your video is made for kids, again, I don't understand that, because the game is a rated M game. It's rated mature. It's not rated teen. It's not rated O for everyone. It's rated M. Anyway, that said, another altar of reflection. And then we're going to take on 2 more bounties. Okay, so I promise this is the last altar in this episode, I think. Yeah, we still have to do the Crimson Dye Beach. Yeah, so now that I have this out of my system, I'll make sure that the only altars that that you'll see me do in the future are the ones that are part of clearing Saito's homesteads, because there's always one there. But the ones that are out in the world, I will not show getting those, because I'm realizing just me exploring that I've gotten quite a few of them, and you guys don't need to see me do that. It gets pretty repetitive. Okay, so Blue, however you pronounce your last name, is our next bounty.
오늘に従うことにした村人は家にめんこをあげんだ。したらば襲われねくなる。だけど兄貴たちはあげんのやめだ。その報いを受けちまったんだべ。
決して屈しなかったんだな。
死んだら元も子もね。村も閉めだ。小樽ヶ丘にある西の漁場が乗っ取られた。漁で取れたもんはすべて鬼の城に持ってかれる。じきにみんな飢えずにだ。
てめえに頼む仕事はねえ。
助かったよ、旅の方。命の恩人だ。鬼面隊どもは青乳母を追ってやがった。
青乳母だと。あの手配書きの女か。
青い顔した女が鬼面隊の野営に火をつけたんだ。捕虜が焼け死ぬ様を嬉しそうに見てた。何の罪も犯してねえのに。青乳母にとっちゃみんな悪鬼なんだろうな。
青い顔ってどういうことだ。
面だよ。年季と怨念のこもった乳母の面だ。ほおずき屋に面打ち師がいる。もしかしたら何か知ってるかもな。
絵に描いてくれ。命を助けた例代わりに。 三郎のとこに行ってみるか。賞金首を探してる青乳ってやつだ。この面を覚えてるか？
わしの作ったものにそういない。確か満月の夜若い女に売った。山乳の力を得て守るのだと言っておった。己の一人息子をな。
息子か。そいつの住処はどこだ？
北東にある森の中、そう遠くはない。何かあったのか？
鬼面隊や通りすがりの者たちを殺してる。
おみよとは思えんな。息子を危険にさらすような真似をするはずがない。
何かあったのかもな。
面をつければ秘めた力も示せよう。一目で良さはわかるはず。結構。さて傑作に取り掛かるか。
Alright, let's go find this lady. Blue Yamauba. Okay. She's got Oni Raiders. Okay, so her real name is Mia. Okay. She looks like she needs our help. So let's help her out. Maybe there's a reason she's been burning everyone, although, you know, she's being indiscriminate in how she carries out her justice. It's not all that fair to people who had nothing to do with hurting her family. Yep, you know how we do it. No standoff. Or at least rarely standoff. Is that all of them? Yeah, we're gonna end your suffering, buddy. Oh, no, there's one more, right? In front of us. You didn't hear. Oh. Okay. Alright, cool. Got an assassination.
墓の代わりだろうか。鬼面隊の面、なんて数だ。人形、ミオには息子が一人いたはず。焦げてる。鬼面隊がこの家を焼き払ったんだろう。ミオの一人息子も一緒に。
人んちで何してんだ。
待て、俺は鬼面隊じゃね
え。It's Mio.
サムアキが言いそうなことだ。
I was here to help you, lady.
てめえミオだろ。鬼面隊に息子を殺された。妖帝六人衆。あのクズどもに俺も燃やされかけた。弟お母は殺された。
なら手を貸しに来たんだな。皆殺しにしてやろう。
憎むべきは鬼面隊だ。誰彼構わず殺すのはやめろ。その面をよこせ。死んだってことにする。どっかで人生をやり直せ。
人生をやり直す。
いやがった。青馬を切れ。皆殺しだ。
騙したな。アッキの手先め。
Okay. Well, this is a mess. Wait a minute. Thanks, Wolf. Wait a minute. Is she trying to fight me too? Okay. Why didn't she just go after the raiders first? And then have us duel it out at the end? This is annoying, you know, fighting. Okay, she seems occupied at the moment. So now she's running back behind me. What the heck is this all about, lady? And they're not attacking her. You got the fire arrow people. You got her, who's totally ignoring the raiders who killed her family. Yeah, the game likes throwing these 1v20 at you all the time. Okay, I need to take out the other guy before I start worrying about her. She has like a huge health pool. See, she's totally ignoring the raider. I really want to kill her, but she's not leaving me. She's not leaving me much of a choice. I'd let her go and pay her, you know, pay her bounties, so they'd leave her alone. Yeah, wow. That's two of those types of things. We had the lady who wouldn't leave her brother, who was dead, in the burning house. Then we have this one, who just refused to hear reason. I wasn't there to hurt anybody. I was actually helping her. And then she decided that she didn't need my help. And in fact, she wanted me dead. And we have the bird back again. So we're going to follow the bird. At this point, I need a hot spring and I need a camp. Looks like it's taking me to a hot spring. All right, cool. All right. Last hot spring you'll see in any episode. I'm done with showing you guys the hot springs and the altars, except for the altars that are in the homesteads. So you'll still see me do those, but the ones in the world you will not see me do. The hot springs, much like the original game, she's contemplating different things. But she also gets a health boost, permanent health boost. So that's why you do them, but I'm not so sure you need to see me do all of them. So this is one that you probably won't see again after this one. Okay. Final bounty. Shiro the Swindler. If we can get there without any other disruptions, which I'm not promising.
砦だ。鬼面隊が門を守ってる。砦近くの崖のことが手配書きに載ってたな。四郎の野営のようだが誰もいないな。ここで寝てたようだ。人目のつかない壁の近く。四郎め何を企んでる。鉛玉種子島を持ってる。気をつけねえと。
今日の俺はついてる。シロの賞金を目当てにやってきてみたが、さらにでかい獲物がいるじゃないか。お前蛇を殺した女だろう。
それを知った上で邪魔をする気なのか。
そうとも一か八かだ。お前の賞金を手にすれば一生食いはぐれずに済む。
あんたのおかげで狙いやすかった。
崖際で寝泊まりしてた野郎はてめえだな。
そう、シロってんだ。
その首に賞金がかかってるシロか。
俺の賞金なんて安い。あんたみたいな才能の持ち主は別格の値打ちだろうが。
政治は無用だ。てめえをと捕まえる。
あんたを金持ちにしてやれると言ってもこの砦に鬼面隊どもの金蔵がある。一文残らずぶんどるつもりだ。山分けでいい。鬼面隊から根こそぎ銭を奪っちまおう。
それだけか。
信じてないのか。
信用できるかよ。
信用しなくていいさ。俺は今にも捕まりそうな賞金首を。生き残りたいから手を組むだけだ。
それでいくら奪うつもりだ。
俺みたいな安物浪人の首一とせ分ってところだ。どうだ、乗るか。
乗ってやる。だが裏切ってみろ。その首切り落とす。
どっちにしろ損はないさ。
Yeah, his name is Shiro the Swindler for a reason. I don't know whether I should trust this guy. But we're gonna go along with him. Because money is important, or coin is important. Hopefully he can fight. Well, at least we know he's good with a gun, so.
Shōnin 百姓小敷誰も彼もからな。
その銭はこの砦の中にあるんだろうな。
そうさ、抜け道まで案内しよ この向こうだ。柵は修繕されたばかりだ。壊れやすい。
見てないで手を貸せ。
鉄の鍵か。考えたな。次はあんた持ち上げてくれ。
逃げ出そうとは思うなよ。
そんな気はない。もう少しだ。見てみな。
鬼面隊の番が嫌がる。
普段より少ないや。運がいいな。隊長は見回りに出たようだ。
Yeah, this is a little bit more complex than I thought. So we have this little section down here, then we have this little stone bridge
しかし他に道はない。ささっと動いて、あ
leading
いつらが矢をつがえ
to
る前に仕留めよう。
looks like it leads to the main area.
として金蔵まで行けるか。
And then there's even an area
できる
behind
道
it.
があるのさ。
So there are
隊
two
長が戻る頃には
different gates to get through.
行くぞ。
Actually, 3 different gates to get to. This gate, the one at the other end of the bridge, and then an inner gate. So, question is, how stealthy can I be? Well, okay, well, there went my stealth. Will they come in here? Maybe they won't. Oh, yes they will. Alright, I stand corrected. Yeah, okay. Definitely didn't want to do it this way, because I wanted to avoid all of this foolishness. Where the hell is Shiro? Oh, there he is. He's running over there. I guess to get a better perspective. Okay, good. So I should run around and pick up anything I can throw, while Shiro is trying to pick them off from above. And I'm guessing guns back in those days sort of took forever. Yep, he got that one, and now he has to sort of empty the gun out, reload, pack it with gunpowder, all that stuff, which takes forever. But I guess if I run around long enough, he'll have a chance to do all of that. I just heard a gunshot. Oh, I guess he didn't shoot this guy. Okay, alright. So he did shoot him. It didn't kill him, though. So I had to sort of impale him with that thing. So I'm guessing I'll be able to unlock a pistol or a rifle or a teppo, as they called it. I don't know whether they still call it that in this timeline. Okay. So this is the gate leading to that stone bridge. So the question, is there anything I need to loot before we do all that? I need arrows, got it. Did I miss anything? Grab this. The other place we checked out. Oh, we can collect this stuff. Okay, now we're ready. I don't know who they're shooting at. Yeah, I don't know who well, now they're shooting at us, but I don't know who they were shooting at before. Alright, Shiro, I don't know where you are, but you need to start shooting faster. Okay, I guess he's behind me somewhere. I never have enough spirit when I'm starting these areas. You know, the issue is you know, once you start interacting with the quest giver, the question is, can you actually still camp at that point? I mean, it's happened to me so frequently. The quest giver starts, the quest begins, I'm stuck with very little spirit, so I have to gain spirit by killing these guys. Okay, so I have one. Okay, full one, and they're still shooting at me. I don't know where Shiro is. Again, he ran off. We have this guy. I probably should use the other bow, which is a lot faster than this one, because they're just picking up my health with me using the longbow. Even though its armor piercing does more damage, it takes too long to. Yeah. Plus, there's it's like 3 or 4 guys all shooting at me. So why don't we just run inside? Oh, I'm definitely gonna die. This is nothing. Oh, there's Shiro. Okay, so that worked. Alright, that's better. Still have very limited health. Oh shoot, there are more of these guys. Okay, there's that other gate. Is it open? No, I didn't think the gate was open. No, it's not open. I don't know where they came from. Okay. So let's see if we can do better this time. Run past all of them. Don't use all of your health fighting them on this bridge while getting picked off. Oh, I see. They're hopping over that fence. Gotcha. Gotcha. They didn't open the gates. So how are they getting over? Well, the downside of all of this is now I have 45 guys standing around me. So I guess if I keep running around in a circle in this space, maybe Shiro can kill a few more of them. Yeah, he's definitely killing them. He's one-shotting them. Yeah, he's one-shotting a lot. I'm not getting any spirit from his killing them, but he is killing them. He's clearing the place a little bit better. Let's grab this. Okay. Looks like there's this guy. I got 2 or 3 guys left, unless more guys hop over the fence. Someone is still left because they're announcing. Wait, where's Shiro? Oh, where the heck did he go? Oh well. Okay, thanks again, Wolf. I don't know when you're gonna show up, but whenever you do, it's always helpful. Wait, I hear my wolf crying. Are you hurting my wolf? I keep saying my wolf, the wolf. That wolf has a pretty independent streak, so I don't think it's mine. She asks me for help, I help him out. If she asks me for help, I help her out. And then when I'm in trouble, she helps me out. So it's a pretty good relationship. Are we done with this, Shiro? Well, I guess not, because we didn't find any money. Okay, nope, we're not done. We're not even in the fortress yet. So I guess that other gate wasn't going to open, which is why we're taking this particular path. 107 measly coin. Maybe there's more in here. Nope. Upgrade material. And I have very little health. Less than 1 spirit. No place to camp. And more enemies. Oh, he can fight. Okay, cool. I thought all he could do is shoot, but he can fight. This looks sketchy.
この金で俺の人生は変わる。あんたはのんびりと隠居でもするか？
そうできたらいいが。
惨めな泥棒どもめ。万平を皆殺しにしてくれて感謝する。おかげで乱入を許した罪で処刑する手間が省けた。
てめえがこの砦の主か。
鬼の大将にこの砦を託された。その首ぶった切って壁の上に晒してくれよ。
白、鉄砲。
気を引いてくれ。眉間を狙い撃つ。
Okay, so she used the word teppo, so we'll still call it a teppo, even though I haven't seen them refer to it as that in the game. The Command Akudo is kind of strong. I was just going to say I'm probably going to die a few times, just so you know, because at least when you die, you come back with full health and some spirit. So that's good. And it sort of resets to just before you die. So it doesn't take you back to the other 15 fights we've had.
Shiro, 今だ撃て。
仲間はどうして？
Did Shiro leave? I'm gonna kick his little ass whenever I find him.
Shiro, どこにいる？
見捨てられたようだ。
I have not figured out what is effective against those shields. I know this is effective against those. But the shields is blocking most of whatever it is that I do. Okay, there we go. I'm guessing an Odachi would cut through anything. Yeah, I don't want your bounty poster, buddy. Yep. I'm gonna get you, buddy. Alright, so that's 1,500 coin. But we're not done with your Shiro. Whenever I find you, you're mine. Because I'm pretty sure that the amount of money you got was more than... significantly more than the 1,500, 2 times the 1,500 that you gave me. There's probably no reason for me to open these since I don't see anything in there, but we're going to open them anyway. Yeah, there's nothing in there. You know, if there were wolves in here, they would have been howling. If there were people in there, they would have probably been saying, please let me out. So with this, I don't think we're going to start another... I don't think we're going to start another quest. Since we're like at the hour 45-minute mark. So we're going to scavenge this. And then we're going to wrap things up. And in the next episode, we're going to move the general quest lines along. I don't think I'm going to do any off-camera stuff between... no, I can't say that. I was going to say between this video and the next, but that's not true. Because the previous upload was Tuesday, which is yesterday. Today is Wednesday, October 22nd. And my next upload will be on Friday. This is always Tuesday and Friday. So I can't promise I won't do off-camera stuff between the Friday stuff, which is already recorded, by the way, and the next Tuesday stuff. Especially now that I've sort of unlocked another area of the map in the next episode. So we'll get there. We'll see. But I as I said earlier, and I promised, I won't keep torturing you guys with having me do bounties or do altars that are in the world. We'll do the altars that are in the homesteads, but not the ones that we just find by exploring. So those kinds of what I would refer to as mundane tasks, I'll do on my own. The mission types of things I'll do and record for content. If there are side missions attached to the main missions, I'll do those as well. But otherwise, if it's just the mundane stuff, you know, traversing the world, I won't do that. There's plenty of content without doing that, so it's not as though I'll run out of things to show you guys. There is plenty of content in this game, whether it's main quest stuff or whether it's just, you know, bumping into a stranger in the world and helping them out. The Sumi paintings, right? You still have that that pops up on the map. The dye thingies, there's still a few. I think there's maybe one or two of those that we still have to do. I haven't seen a lot of fox dens. The wolf dens we do along the way, so I'll show you the wolf dens because there are not that many of them, and they're sort of interesting. And I'm getting to a point where maybe a few more of those, and I will have maxed out all the wolf stuff. So then you'll stop seeing the wolf dens. So we'll do it that way. I'll try to keep it interesting for you guys without boring you. I think this episode is probably. It's fun. It's great. There's a lot of things we accomplished, right? We, you know, did some more work on the Yari. We did a whole bunch of bounties, but I think in the next episode we'll move it along. So thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate you. So please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't. And I will see you in the next episode. Uploads every Tuesday and Friday. Bye.